everyone, this is Julie, and this is another episode of Funnel Upper. So I am taking you behind the scenes today. I would like to show you what I'm doing with Renee's copy. So if you haven't watched the first two episodes, you should go back and watch the first two episodes. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment below. So in the first episode, you see our first project taking on Renee's funnel. In the second episode, you're going to watch Kathy. She's going to show you behind the scenes of the branding that she's creating for Renee. And so now on my side, I'm doing the copy. So I'm going to share my screen and show you all the cool stuff I'm doing so that you can learn how to make sure your copy is organized too. All right, here we go. So this is the original sales page. You probably saw it in the original video where we talked about like what we were going to do. And the biggest problem that I saw with Renee's copy was that she had some really, really good like zingers and nuggets in here. The problem was that there was so much copy and it was so disorganized that you couldn't really capture the essence of what she was saying because you were distracted by all the words, right? And so if I think about something like, I'm trying to find one here. Basically, she's talking here about how this is not just a course, like this is actually a formula, this is actually swipe files and all that kind of stuff. Well, the thing is, you don't actually have to say this, you show this in your offer stack, right? So she doesn't have to say it's not just one more course, because what I'm gonna show you in a minute is that when you look at the stack, it doesn't actually look like a course anymore because now there's all this extra stuff. So that's an example. The other thing is you don't really see a stack here. You don't really see sort of a lineup of what everything is. And so it's hard to get a good shot, right? The other thing that I noticed about her stuff is that she had a lot of, let's see, where is it? She talks about who she is. Well, the problem is it's way down here at the bottom. And as people are reading the sales page, they need rapport. They need to know who she is and why they should trust her. And so this being way down at the bottom made no sense at all. Also at the bottom of the page, there's no stack, right? There's no like button. And when you get down to the bottom of the page, there should always be a button. So there's a couple things there that were a problem. Also basically her whole area of what you get, what we're going to do is we're actually going to create some really cool graphics and a little description. So it's way easier rather than showing them the inside of the course. Now, there are times in which talking about the inside of the course makes sense. In this case, it's just a lot of stuff to read and your eyes sort of glaze over. If you go back to the top of the page, this is a headline. It needs a little bit of work. It's not a bad headline, but definitely needs work. And it's not it isn't very catching, right? I loved these. Stop gambling on big launch days, gain control of your client flow, learn to sell. These are great. But again, because you've got all this text up here and you got this down here, you kind of glaze over it. So here's what I did. I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to make this a little bigger for you guys so you can see. You're going to see that I changed the copy so that it's way more organized. So first, what if you could learn a totally natural and intuitive way of getting new paying clients every 7 days consistently? And no, it doesn't include learning new tech or throwing money at ads. I got this from some of her copy down here when she was talking about what if sales could feel like you're chatting with a friend, not persuading a prospect. And I thought, well, what is that? That's natural. That's intuitive. That's just like how we work as humans, right? Then there's going to be a button. And now you'll see I've used bullet points to talk about those 3 key points that I thought were good, right? It's time to stop gambling on big launch days. And notice how I have it underlined. What I'm doing as I'm doing this is I'm communicating to the designer, which is going to be Kathy. I want you to make this part of the copy stand out a little bit more because this is the benefit, right? This is what you're going to stop doing. And this is the benefit you're going to get in its place. I also added some copy because I knew that as people are reading this, they're going to have an objection, right? They're going to be like, I'm not sure. It sounds too good to be true, right? And the more you as a copywriter can read what the next thought your prospect is going to have, the more likely it is that you're going to be able to continue to hook them in, right? And so I wrote, this is all brand new copy. Sales is necessary, right? But most of the time women report it feels icky. And not only that, it's unpredictable. There's a feast and famine feeling to lead flow. And unless you're launching or pushing hard, you feel like you're scrambling to make your revenue goals from month to month. So I basically explained like, yeah, it's not your fault. Like this is actually a real thing. And most sales training is full of high pressure tactics, right? So this is where it's like, this is the problem. You don't know the solution, and any solution you've tried up until now isn't really working, right? And so this is probably where we're going to add Renee's story so that she can gain rapport right away, okay? And then we talk about the systems that she built, and this is, so anyway, I'm going to skip this part right here because this isn't quite done yet, but this is really her sort of building that trust. She's talked about the problem. She's talking about the solution. She's building trust, and now she can introduce the course. So you don't want to introduce the course until you've done those things, right? You've agitated the problem, you've hooked them in, you've identified the solution, and you've built some rapport. So you can see here, introducing Sell Like a Mutha, a proven and comprehensive program that teaches women entrepreneurs to master the art and systems behind effortless selling. You can see over here, it's very difficult to figure out where she actually announces the course, right? It's like, she's like, this is not one more course. And then she has this implementation day and all of this stuff but she hasn't actually announced anything yet, right? She eventually gets to it, but it was crazy. There was no like, ta-da. And if your sales page does not have a ta-da, you're in trouble. Okay. So you want your ta-da, you want your title, you want your tagline, and now you want your key benefits. What are you going to learn, right? Find clients, generate consistent sales week after week, create a simple method. By the way, for all of you guys watching, I built this sales page using the Offer Cure. If you have not seen the Offer Cure, go to offercure.com. We give you a sales page helper guide that will totally change the game for you. It's only $37 too. Okay. So once we go through the key benefits, now what's included? So notice how much simpler this is, because now you're like, oh, it's a system and guide. It's selling with story. It's a course. It's a vault. Look, you can see the vault. It's a planner. It's a formula. And now it's like I'm showing them by explaining what all these different things are, that it's actually not just a course. It's a full comprehensive program. And so you'll see in the design that we're actually going to go ahead and add like offer shots and things like that here. But now it's so much easier to see, bam, 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 value, 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 what you're getting. I'm building the stack on the sales page. Plus you see the bonuses, and we're also going to be doing a 96-hour super bonus because this is going to be an evergreen funnel that is on a 96-hour timer. They're going to get 2 super bonuses, which are super high touch, an implementation day, as well as 6 months of group coaching. Now, this will be where the stack is, and the stack will be a big picture plus all the stuff. And if you've gotten any of our latest funnel drops, Funnel Love, Funnel Minimal, Funnel Motivate, you'll see that stack image on the page. If you go to offercure.com, you'll also see it there. Once you've done the stack, now I'm adding the guarantee, another stack, and this was one of the big things missing on Renee's sales page. This is FAQ. This helps with the logical close because everything at the top helps with the emotional close, but the people who are logical need their questions answered. So we're going to go ahead and have an FAQ so they can see all the answers to that. And then we'll do a stack with the button. So the one last thing I'm missing is the close, right? Which is that strong call to action. Here's how you close it. So I'm probably going to go scouring through her copy because it's got some really good copy. Look for that closing remark and add that closing remark. Once I've done that, I'm going to go back through, put where all the testimonials go. And now her copy is in way, way better shape to be designed. So as you're building an offer, as you're doing this for yourself, remember that you really should make sure the copy is on point before you go and put it in a funnel, because once it's in a funnel, it's a little bit harder to move around. And if you have a designer doing it and you're writing your own copy, make sure to actually create bold and italics and bigger fonts and underlines, because that will help communicate to your designer what things you want to focus on. As always, if you like this video, please comment below, subscribe, like our channel, tell your friends. And stay tuned for the next episode of Funnel Upper. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye.